Good morning. My name is Sapteshi. I am a student of class 7th and I study in Cambridge School. Today I am going to be presenting on the topic My Dream School. I have chosen this topic because even though I love my school and think it's great, there are many more ways to improve it. So I went ahead and shortlisted all the points I could think of that can be improved in my school. So without any further ado, let's crack. First off, I want there to be a huge campus in my school and I want it to look beautiful. Oh, it would be great. Of course, who doesn't want a school to look beautiful? Next, now I'll talk about all the things I want my school to have. So first off, co-curricular activities, competitions and interactive projects. What I mean by this is that I want there to be more co-curricular activities like kite making and collage making, also competitions like elocution competitions and drawing competitions, essay competitions, etc. We already have a lot of those, but if there would be more, I am not the one to complain. So next, interactive projects. Interactive projects is something that I would really love there being. Nowadays, the projects that we make are mainly for getting the marks. So in our school, we have 5 marks for the project work. So we try to make the best project we can make to get those 5 marks. But it would be much better if we would be making projects to learn. So in class, teachers would tell us to make a project on the given topic, and then we would Google that topic and we would get the information and make the project. And then she would organize a competition like the project that's the best will be selected and all that. But in this way, we are learning about the topic since we are searching that and putting all the information we got into our project. So that's a great way of creating engagement in the class. Next, better learning and education system. I will be talking about this topic in depth a little later. So the basic gist of it is that basically, even though my school I guess has a great learning and education system, there are more ways to improve it. I'll be talking about those in a minute. But now the next, events and programs. Also things like science fairs and all that. Basically, the annual days and sports days and science fairs, all of those are great that are being organized. So I guess I'm not the one who says no when there are going to be more of those. I really would love if there are more of those since I personally really enjoy all of them. So, continuing, next up, more utilities and better sources. Firstly, better lab equipment. Now, our labs are already really well equipped. I guess the physics labs and chemistry labs and all that. But whenever I go to give a practical over there, I have to usually stand in a queue waiting for my turn since there isn't enough equipment for everyone to do the practical at once. So if there was more lab equipment, it would be great. Next, collection of latest and quality books in libraries. Our libraries already have a huge collection of books, but sometimes I feel that some of those book series aren't updated, like Geronimo or things like Famous 5, or there are a ton of books for our project work. I can't find everything I could from the internet. So it would be great if there was the latest and quality book collection in our library. So I don't even have to go back to my home and search for the same topic in the internet, whereas I can just do all the research work in my school and just make the project and come up next day. That would be great. Also, I want my school to have auditorium, a swimming pool, a cricket pitch, a soccer field, a tennis court, ACs and dynamic lightings. Now the last two of them might be a little over-exaggerating, but you know what? They are great additions to a school. So next up, ways to create engagement in school. I personally find myself at least at some point of the day bored in my class or in a free period. To overcome that, our schools can have more ways to create engagement. Like, first, daily competitions and activities requiring less effort. So in the free periods, we could be told to do the daily competitions and activities that are there. And as said, I want them to require less effort. So we are not spending $1,000 for a project, right, which could be made by spending much less money and a little bit more creativity. See? So just like that, I would really want there to be more competitions and activities and them to be daily so I never feel bored in my class. Next, class teaching made interesting with various mini games and props or experiments. In my class, I always find there's just one point when I'm really bored since our teachers are just continuously explaining us for an hour straight, and after the period ends, I feel that I am exhausted and can't do anything more. So, it would be great if there were more I don't know, quizzes or skits or props or experiments and being used in the classes already in our physics and chemistry and biology classes. I don't feel as bored since sometimes our teacher shows many experiments and use many things like lenses or different chemicals to show us experiments. So I feel very interested whenever those kind of things happen. But in fields where this doesn't really go, as a rule, like English and Hindi and maths and stuff like that, there could be more mini games like quizzes or a quiz based on problem solving. Our teacher would give us a problem and we will be told to solve the problem. Or skits like in English periods we could be told to perform a skit based on the chapter being taught by her right now. So if we had a project, if we had a chapter where there were many characters, each student will be given one role and they will have to speak all the dialogue that is in the chapter. Next, functions, events, programs involving dance performances, singing concerts, etc. I have already discussed on this topic. It is a great way of creating engagement in school, and I would really like having more of those annually. Next, award ceremonies. Award ceremonies is something that I also want there to be more of, since it is basically the only reason I put efforts in anything. So yeah, I would look forward to have an award ceremony annually. Next, interactive learning. I have already told that I will be speaking on this topic. Okay. So first, putting less pressure. This is the main feature of this concept, interactive learning. Putting less pressure. As said, I always find myself being pressured each and every time. We are just given 1 month to prepare for 11 subjects. And I feel that instead of doing that, there could be a constant way of teaching. So each and every month there would be like 5 chapters taught of each and every subject. Maybe not that much, but at least 2 to 3 chapters. So that would really help in putting less pressure on the students, and that's the main standalone feature of this concept. Next, sufficient and useful knowledge. Instead of just spamming the students with knowledge, more useful knowledge should be given. For example, in our physics books and books, we always have that did you know column, and no one really reads that, since from the exam we will be never asked anything from that small did you know column. So no evidence feels that's useless. But when you read them, you get a lot of information that is mainly what you want to know. So that is what we should be taught, and that is what should be asked in our exams instead of just studying the objective questions. Next, better understanding of what's being explained. Basically, the topics I have spoken before, like interactive projects and skits being played in classes, to basically just give a better understanding of what's being explained in class, is basically the main thing in this feature. Next, more knowledge. So instead of putting more pressure, more knowledge could be given. And now they are kind of interconnected, so I guess what could be done in each chapter, there would be more knowledge rather than more questions with an exercise, so that we would study the chapters thoroughly and we will already be able to answer the questions that are being asked in the exams. The questions don't necessarily have to be from the objectives or the exercise, I guess. That is interactive learning, a concept that I thought is really important for any school, not just my dream school. And if I have a dream school, I would definitely have interactive learning in it. Or else it's not my dream school, basically. Next topic. Concluding it all. Now I'll basically conclude everything and give you a recap of everything I have talked about in this video. So let's see. Better co-curriculum, activities and competitions, making students gain interest, events and programs, annual day, concert, shows, etc. Award ceremonies, more and better utilities, up-to-date books and libraries, well-equipped labs, better education systems. Well, this is how I want my dream school to be. And to finally end my presentation, I want to quote a line of Nelson Mandela. Even though school is the best thing that had ever happened to mankind, there is yet more to be improved. By saying these lines, I am ending my presentation. I hope you liked it.